Flow trails. Those smooth and fast machine-built ribbons of dirt have become immensely popular in recent years. Years ago, my son and I went on a quest to find a flow trail that intrigued us by its name, Flowy McFlowface. We had a great time exploring the trails. We found Flow, but we never found Flowy McFlowface.
I don't even know where we are now. I'm wondering if we should head back, huh? Yeah, let's do that.
Now, 4 years later, we're going back to Iowa. Cedar Rapids, to be exact. We had a family party to attend, so my son and I decided to put aside some time to hit the same trails we rode 4 years earlier.
You gotta keep going straight, stay straight. Good job, good job.
In the days of old, mountain biking was a grueling pursuit on hand-cut trails over raw, inconsistent terrain. But mountain biking has grown quite a bit over the years, and today, the pickaxe is frequently replaced by the excavator. Now, I enjoy all types of trails. I'm not burdened by being old school in this sport. I really dove into mountain biking in the age of the 1x drivetrain and the dropper post. So today we have unfinished business. Our day starts at a trail system called Beverly Park.
Very overgrown, kids. Okay.
On our last visit, the ride got cut short due to a rainstorm that rolled in. Priority number one is to find Flowy McFlowface before we ride anything else. And who knows? Maybe it'll be the trail we'll ride all day. I mean, come on. It's called Flowy McFlowface. Flow is in the name. Twice.
You talk about single track. Don't get any more single than that. Really eroded. We got a downhill. To an uphill.
Beverly Park is what I would call your typical Midwestern single track. Hand-cut trails on rolling terrain with some routes here and there.
That was it? We're ready to the backside? Is that right? We're gonna find Flowy McFlowface. All right, so we're gonna continue on backside until we get to Neighborhood. I'm gonna take Neighborhood, I'm gonna cut over to Apogee. All right. Oh, got a little DH here, small one.
This place is looking a bit overgrown.
It does not seem to get a lot of traffic based on all the grass growing in this one. Grass sucks to ride on. Oh, that's cool. All right. Once you're rolling, these tires are great.
And what's with all these signs?
Now it's talking about green tour or backside still. So, bootlegger. That's interesting. Got for the face slapper. Okay, now what? I think we gotta go that way. Yeah, it's gotta be that way. What is this? I'm confused. There's like signage everywhere. Oh, I mean, it's great to have signage. There's a lot of stuff here, but oh man, it's like literally about as single track as single track gets here. It's practically grass now, actually. Dude, we are nowhere where we need to be. We're gonna find Flowy McFlowface that kills us, dude. This is our mission. Dude, this is like, it's not even trail anymore here. Ow, ooh, ah, fuck, that stabbed me in the arm. Ooh, ooh, ow. Come on, let's go, Flowy. You know you're here. Man, one really dug into my arm. Ugh, spider webs. We're climbing. All right, now what? All right, what is this? None of these signs have the same signs as the trail we were on. That way. All right, that's the way. If it's not the way, well, maybe we weren't meant to find Flowy McFlowface. We got this. We're gonna flow the McFlowface.
After what seemed like an eternity, we finally found it. Adrenaline junkies, I present to you Flowy McFlowface.
Oh, Flowy McFlowface. Is it as flowy as they make it out to be? Okay. All right, nice berm. Nice berm. Ooh, that's a good berm. Oh yeah. All right, top of the berm, Rico. It's very overgrown. Oh, is that a chipmunk? Oh man, it's very overgrown. Flowy, no. Why, Flowy? Oh, that jump is completely grown over. Oh my God, what happened here? Why? Oh man, that was so disappointing.
Well, you know, it's all overgrown and stuff, so.
I know. I mean, it's there, it was built so good. But it seems so neglected.
Well, that was a big letdown. It was very overgrown and slow.
We got a little over an hour to figure out.
Obviously, it's not getting much in the way of traffic,
What we like here.
which was sad because it's a nicely designed trail. Surely there has to be something here that's rideable.
The gravity zone. Maybe we'll get lucky here.
A short distance away was another flow trail called Ditch Digger
Check it out. Everything is
that
so
was a little bit
overgrown.
more maintained. Unfortunately, it also seemed to be a bit neglected.
Oh my God.
We ran across one guy working on the trails cleaning up the overgrowth. The operative word here is one. We asked him why the trails were so overgrown, and he mentioned that riders in the area were spending their time at a different system called Wanti Park. Wanti was the first trail system we rode in this area. It was previously called Squaw Creek. It was flowy, but a pretty easy trail system. We'll be headed there later in the day. I'll never complain about a trail being unmaintained. Trails are almost always free to ride and require volunteers to keep them going. So to that one guy maintaining the trails out there on that hot July day, I salute you. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. We had to wrap up our ride and head over to a family event for a few hours. There we'll refuel for our next two destinations. This is Mount Trashmore, a large landfill overlooking the heart of Cedar Rapids. There's an interesting history around Mount Trashmore. The landfill began operations in the 1960s and continued to operate until 2006. But that closure was short-lived.
Well, tonight, thousands have fled homes and businesses in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to beat a flood. After days of heavy rain, the Cedar River is overflowing.
In 2008, the Cedar River crested its banks, flooding over 10 square miles of the city. The flood resulted in the demolition of multiple homes, buildings, and other structures. And all that debris needed somewhere to go. So they reopened the landfill and added another 430,000 tons of debris. That raised the hill by another 30 feet.
Here, okay? Let's go. Here we go. Gravel road climb.
Today, Mount Trashmore is a park that features a hiking trail, picnic area, a scenic overlook, and a green downhill flow trail. I always loved this concept. Last time we came here, we only had time for one run before the trail closed for that day. And true to form, we only had time for one run again.
You lack discipline.
Ooh, it's so windy. Oh, it's way too damn windy.
The trail is exposed to the elements, and it was a particularly windy day. That made it hard to maintain speed. But it wasn't the wind as much as it was the trail itself.
Oh my God.
It felt kinda sunken in spots.
So good.
I found myself pedaling a lot more than last time. Some of that probably had to do with the overly aggressive tires I was running. Before we headed there, someone mentioned that the trail was in need of rework. My guess is that some settling had occurred, something that is not unusual with landfills. In spite of that, it's always fun to get an extended downhill here in the Midwest. And for that reason, Mount Trashmore will always have a special place in my heart.
So much wind, it's just slowing me down. I couldn't even get a speed for that. I remember this. That's such a cool trail. Such an awesome trail. Here we go. All right. Man, that landing was loose. Woo! Step down. I don't remember that.
It was getting late in the day, and we had one more spot to ride. Wanti Park. Wanti was the first place I ever traveled to with my own bike. We loved Wanti for its easy trails that mixed in fun little features to keep things interesting. This visit was no different. But we noticed that the trail gnomes have been hard at work.
All right, I'll wait for you here.
I will say one thing about these trails. The single track is definitely single. Aside from a couple of spots, the trails were very different than I remember. It was clearly a work in progress.
Here we go. What do we got? Mercy Flush. You ready? I don't remember being this tight. I remember being a lot wider than this, but I remember being way wider than this. Oh, it's sandy. Watch the sandiness. Very sandy. Whoa, very cool. That's fun. Woo! Sandy though. There's the bridge. Come on, Bridgie. It's been a while. To stop. Ooh, this looks familiar. Ooh, still climbing. All right. I don't remember any of this.
The day was drawing to a close, and we were getting ready to call it a day when we found this. This is a brand new jump trail deep in the system, and boy, does this thing have a mix of jumps.
Take a couple of shots. Man, that is a nice trail. Oh, burn. Oh, good burn.
Kickers, tables with steep landings, tables with shallow landings, kickers with knuckles. It was obvious to me that this was built for the locals. A place to hone your jump skills. It was fast, it was flowy, and it was an easy climb back up.
I'll tell you one thing. You know when the climbs are the easiest? When you know you got an awesome downhill.
This trail was clearly the main focus of the mountain biking community.
Oh my God, yes. Holy crap.
I could have spent all day here, but it was getting dark and it was time to go. I will be back to clear this jump trail. Much like our last visit, we came with expectations, only to be surprised by the unexpected. We found Flowy McFlowface, but we found it neglected. But only a few miles away, we found more flow than we could have imagined. This trip also highlighted something that isn't really talked about much. There is such a thing as being spread too thin. Trails like Beverly Park ultimately become overgrown due to basically a lack of volunteers, which underscores the need for mountain bikers to give a little more of their time now and then, in order to make sure that trails like Flowy McFlowface get the love that they deserve. And in the end, the trails we ride are only as good as the effort we put in. I hope you enjoyed this leg of my journey. Thanks for watching.